Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's 12 now. All right, let me. New time. Okay, yes. Mm, okay. Okay. Oh, wait, I should. Oh, I should start with that. All right. Is that repeating? Oh, oh, oh. All right. Hello. Wait. Oh, I can start now. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi. I'm looking in the chat. So, hi. My name is Shania Wall. That's what we say. You know. I'm going to be teaching pixel art for beginners. So, you're just born, but you gotta do pixel art. Why did I say that? Oh, I'm sorry. But let's move on. So, I'm not gonna rush into it, but not creative yet. But I'm going to be, the thing is, I'm teaching, it's going to be, it can apply to other softwares. So it's just the canvas size and like instructions of, hmm? Oh, I didn't I introduce myself? Wait. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, Shania Wall, I do short animation, some digital art and pixel art, of course. You can also see my phone back. Yeah. I sell some stuff for my store also. But I'm a student at UTech, but I do try to advertise and make myself out there. So let me see. Yeah. Okay, just looking at the chat at the same time while I'm talking. So what I'm going to be doing, it still applies to any software, not just the only one I'm using, which is Kirta. Sorry. Yeah, so I also figured out how to do it on Clip Studio Paint. So they're gonna post the ID thing. Yeah, I'm still new to it. They're gonna post that into the chat. Sorry. I was trying to figure it out on Photoshop, but there was a little trouble. But the thing is, the canvas size applies to all of the programs and all that stuff. I'm gonna go and open it now. So, right, here's my little notes, my tacky notes. I'm gonna sign on to my laptop. Give me a minute. All right, no problem. But I'm gonna talk about the sizes for pixel art. So we normally go by like the 8 times timetable. I'm bad at math, but that's why I wrote them down. So depending on which size canvas you pick, there's more restriction depending on which canvas you pick. For example, like 8 by 8, it's gonna look like a whole cube and a whole thing, which I'm gonna show later on. But the canvas I mostly use, let us know if the audio is okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So the canvas I use is normally 64 by 64 or 32 by 32, which I'm gonna show the difference. The pixel cubes will look bigger, basically, and you will have more freedom to do certain art stuff and all that stuff. It looks more clear and easier to deal with. But yeah, so I'm gonna go open a new file. Keep in mind, this is a 64 by 64. All right. If I'm going too fast, I'm looking at the chat, so you can tell me if there's anything that you haven't caught on yet. So there's a 64 by 64, but I'm going to show the 30 32. Yes, 32 by 32. This is just for beginners because there are different canvas sizes that you can deal with, but because you just got into this, you don't really know much. So this is what you start off with. So 32 by 32, create. And the software I'm using has a pixel brush way at the bottom. So way at the bottom, right here. So, and yeah, see, this is the 32. So you already have this going on, the pixel aesthetic going on. So pixel, inches, yeah, pixels, sorry. Yes, the canvas pixels, not inches. No, no. That would not turn out to be pixel art. See. Yeah. So there's that. I'll show you right here. So you see what's going on already. So I'm gonna show you something that some persons use. I don't really use it, but I understand why some persons use it, which is the grid. Makes it easier to understand. So depending on what program you use, but they all go on the wow, why am I not wearing my glasses? I'm blind. uh, so they all go under either tools. I remember it went on a Clip Studio, which I'm gonna show later on. It goes under, let's see. Oh yeah, grid and guides. They see that right there, grid and guides. So you're gonna, why am I pointing like here? What? Yeah. Really? Oh, oh, okay. Don't worry, I guess not here. But right here, let me see. Let's see how I can explain since it's not showing up. You go into you go into settings, yeah. So you go into settings, and then you go to Dockers, and then you're gonna go way down, and you're gonna see grid and guides. All right. So that's what I selected, and then you see this thing right here. That's right below right here. So you're gonna turn on the grid. It appears like this at first, but then you put it by one by one. Yeah. The persons use this so it'd be easier for them to like keep track of what they're doing. So you can see right here, so here, so all right. It's pretty simple to understand in the beginning, but there is something I want to show at the end, which many persons mess up and don't realize when you're sharing your pixel art. But I'm also gonna show the Clip Studio Paint also version later on because it's just a very simple simple instructions basically to follow. All right, so let me just delete this layer. Also the same thing that happens. Oh wait, let me cancel this right here. No, not saving. So I open a new file again. I go 64 by 64. 4. You can see the difference. You can see that the pixels aren't so big like the last one I was using before. Go back and, all right. Yeah. So there's one instructions I would like, instruction, what am I saying? Instruction to give you guys before, if you, from what you've learned from me, you can also tag Dream Dust on your story and show what you've learned from the pixel art. So let me see, show grid again. You can see the one again. Let's see. Yeah. So see, it's smaller this time, and you have more freedom compared to the last canvas. So you see right here, it's easier, but it can easily mess up because you have to do cleaner lines, which probably you can observe. Sorry, later on. Okay. Thank you, Dwight. I'll see you in the chat. So, all right, we go right there. So, example, we turn off the grid. So, example, I am doing a little art piece right here. I really want to share it to everybody. I'm so proud of it, you know? So I'm about to just save this like this, which is a 64 by 64. So let's save it like that. Oh, can you hear me now? Am I shouting like? Can you guys hear me now? Let me look at the chat. He's talking. He's talking. I do be talking. All right. We can't hear what you're saying. Hmm. It's back. Okay. Okay, great, 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 great. I do be talking like this. All right. Uh, let me see if I can get to where you guys can hear me. So, I was saying that before, when you download the image as like the original size, it becomes very blurry on like Instagram or Twitter or any of those, and you realize that nobody can really see your pixel art that well, or just not all. So, the easy solution to that is to go on image. You can see my cursor right here, image. You're gonna click on that, and you're gonna see when you're scrolling down, scale image to new size. The scale image to new size. I think I really should share my screen. Let's see if that can happen so that something can show up, because a lot of persons can get lost. Hey, I can't see it. You guys can see, right? Yeah, they can see it. I see it. All right, you guys can. Oh, all right. Let me do that right now. Oh, why is it so obvious? Invisible, invisible person. All right, all right, it's back. So, let me go back to this. So yeah, the solution to making persons see the pixel art clear and high HD quality is that you're gonna make sure the filter is at nearest neighbor, and you're going to like probably say You can put it by 1,000 by 1,000, I guess, or you can put it by 2,000 by 2,000, which I do most of the time. I press OK, and it's going to resize. Yeah, you just make sure you save it as that. You don't save the pixel art as that, but the image itself. So you save it as that, and it becomes clear on on your social media page. All right, or just overall when you're sharing it to others. But if you, let's say you wanted to do a quick edit, and you're like, oh no, no, I can't do pixel art anymore. So you can go back, or you can just resize it, just like how I showed before. Just do what you did, what I showed you, but in reverse for image, and then you go to scale image, the new size. All right. So that is pixel art for the grid. That is pixel art for this one. This one. This is a case. Yeah. So I'm going to show the Clip Studio Paint now. So don't mind me. I'm changing windows. So let me get that right there. Because I realized that not everybody has that software that I normally use, but many persons I know that have Clip Studio. So that's why I decided to learn it myself, even though I still have a lot to learn about this program. So I'm gonna just show you right here. They're gonna show later on into the chat the content ID. Yes, the content ID for the pixel brush. Pixel brush set. Gonna show. So let me just get that right here. Switch windows. Window. The Clip Studio. All right, hopefully you guys are seeing it. Yeah, so the same thing applies here, which is the different canvases. So like the 64 by 64, a 32 by 32, even 48 by 48. It's just like a times table. Do you have to pay for the software? Oh, okay. So Clip Studio, you have to pay, but normally they have like some sale going on within the year. But for Krita, which one I used before, no, that software is entirely free. Oh, yes. So, so freeness. So, yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. But any other software you're using, really, it still applies because you can still set a canvas at 64 by 64 or 32 by 32, and the pixel art can go show up. You know, the brush is gonna be like this. You know, yeah, it's gonna appear like that. It's just that you have to find a clear brush that is not too blurry. Example, let me get. Example, using a pencil brush. I just want to see the pencil brush is gonna come out like this. It's gonna look like you're censoring something very cursed. So you're gonna have to get a clear brush. Example, this fill brush, which I got from the Pixel brush set, which they're gonna post the ID in the chat. You can know where to go. But see, clear so it doesn't look like it's gonna mess up, and you can do a lot of things. This, yeah. Okay, see. Hmm. Okay, invisible person. So, so the butterfly right here. You see, it's art already. So let me see right here. So, so that's the whole thing because it's just very simple to understand. But the reason why the session is a bit longer because I want to read the chat and see if anybody have anything that they don't really understand so far, or is there any advice or anything they want to know. Let me see. Is there anything I'm missing from it? Oh yes, yes. I could show some of the works in the meantime that we could do. Yeah, right here. Oh, I could draw something. Yeah, I could draw something for you. So let me get off the studio thing because I'm still figuring out that problem. Let me go back to this. All right, let me just get this. All right, hey, now show up. Hey guys. Mm-hmm. Let me just write this right here, and let me go back to this. Let me share. Yeah. All right. So let me hide. And I'm also gonna show some. Let me show some before like starting and showing anything. The goals person. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to new. Oh, let me open. Sorry. So I'm gonna show something I've done before. Right now. Show that Pixar is pretty fun. You can do a lot of things with it, and it just gives this nostalgic kind of feeling. You know what I mean? A lot of persons like when they see it because it just reminds them of their olden days. Like, well, olden days. I don't know. But let me just open something. Let me see. Let me see. There's, I remember I had one. There's one right here. It was like, hi, hi, sir. Hey, guys, my idol. Let's see. I'm just trying to find the perfect thing to show you guys. All right, there it is. Let me just share this. All right, so let me go to animation. So you can see this one I did long time ago. My pixel art has improved from this one. So my lines are more like cleaner and all that. Ah, wait. I forgot about that, What? Sorry, children. But that was just a reaction video. But sorry. But let me get something that's more safe to share. I totally forgot about it. I forgot about it. Guys, I don't actually mean that. I don't think I actually insulted you guys. No. But yeah, let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, so see, my line, this is like old. So my line art, of course, has improved. So the lines are cleaner now, but you can see that there's a lot of fun things you can do, And what I aim to do a lot, like this Caribbean aesthetic kind of thing, Jamaican thing going on. So of course you're gonna see that in my pixel art, all that. But let me see right now. Just a reminder. Oh, I feel insulted. No. I'm gonna hold this as blackmail. You guys are so mean. But this is right here. All right. So you just go back to the original size, which was 64 by 64, and I can go back to the Pixar type of stuff. So let me just try and go around with this. So example, what could I draw? Could I draw? Oh, probably the mascot. Let me see if I can do that quickly. 20 minutes? Can I do that in 20 minutes? But in the meantime, I'm answering questions anyway. So if anybody have any questions about pixel art, you can tell me. Um, um, Keep in mind, like I said, make sure it's very important, guys. Once you're done, please resize it and use the nearest neighbor something. Because last time I taught some students, even though I said it, they didn't really remember, and then it came out so blurry, and they forgot to save like the original file. So yeah, it just became this whole censored mess, basically. Was it hard at first? Coming to you, Brenda. Was it hard at first? Yeah, because I did a lot of things. Oh yes, that reminds me. Reminded me. When I first started out, I was like, example this. I want to move it. Yes, that is another question. Thank you. I wanted to move it, right? So I use the moving tool, the selection tool, and you're like, la 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 la, everything's cool. And you see this thing going on. But the worst part is when you resize it. Yeah. So that's the difficult part about Pixar. You can't really resize it. But what I can tell you to do is that you can use this as a sketch, I guess, right? And you're gonna resize it, gonna look horrible. Unfortunately, that's what I do. And then I make a new layer above it, and then you load a new resize thing. So don't just actually finish your art in the beginning. How are you so cool? You're actually not right now. Yeah, because I wore the setup. Because I thought it was gonna be cold, but it's not cold anymore. Great. Well, where are you getting your brushes? For this one, the free software creator I'm using, it already has a pixel brush way at the bottom. So when you go way down here, I don't know if can't really zoom in. But yeah, you're gonna see. Why am I pointing at you guys here? You're gonna see right there, pixel brush. You're gonna see the pixel art. Yeah, that feature, and also the pixel art fill. So right here, so I see a lot of fill going on. So yeah. But for the Clip Studio, you have to get a specific thing. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that actually. Let me do that right now. Let me share my entire screen. Hopefully it's not gonna be loading. Yeah, the pin is above. So if you guys want to see that. Maybe afraid for share my entire screen, or my laptop acting unpredictable sometimes. No, I'm gonna be safe and not share my entire screen because I don't know what's gonna happen. Let me go right here. So don't mind not seeing anything. I'm just gonna go right here and show you guys how to get it. So let me just share that screen. Studio. Oh, there's the Clip Studio thing. Yeah. All right, there it is. So, like, you find custom brushes too for like black hair. Like in terms of like pixel art, no, you have to figure out all of those things on your own. Like pixel art, you have to, when it comes to curly hair, you have to get that through like shading and all that type of stuff to people recognize it's actually curly hair in pixel art. I mean, but so far, let me share my screen. Let me see right here. So you go on to search Pixel, which is on the Clip Studio assets. You find brushes and more. And you're gonna do that right here. Press Pixel. Right? You're gonna scroll way down until you find Pixel Brushes Mega Pack. And then you're gonna download it and then add it to the thing. Yeah, you're gonna add it to your brushes later on. Which the program is also going to show you how to do that. Guys, okay. So let me see if I could do something really quick within 10 minutes. Let me do that. Let's see if I could do that. But in the meantime, I could still answer some more questions about pixel art. Let me go right here. Okay, right here. don't think I can do something in 10 minutes. Pixel art takes like a while compared to the other style I do. Yeah, let me see right here. So, let me see. Create that. So yeah, I'm still looking up for more questions because I feel like there probably is some more things I should say. Let's see if I can remember. I did talk about the resize something. So yeah, the resize. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yes, I did talk about like the resize of the canvas. Yes, yes I did. Yes I did. So that's about it, guys. So let me just, I actually can't do something under 10 minutes. That's very pressuring and Pixar. Yeah, so in the meantime, I'm just gonna share some more stuff that you guys can do within pixel art. So let me just do that. Open. Let's see. Was this is this something that, wait, let me look. Yeah, this was another short animation I did. So let me just open the animation space. See? Yeah, so that's just like a loop, the sleeping thing. You can see that, the cat. What inspired your interest in? Oh, that's an interesting question. So, what got me interested in pixel art? My friend and I actually stayed up around 3 a.m. she's like a beginner like in art and everything, but she was like she really likes when I do. She's like one of my biggest fans, I guess. She always supports me. So she actually said, have you ever thought of getting into pixel art? And I was like, I never really thought of that really. And then she like showed me a lot of like art pieces by artists and everything, and I'm like, whoa, this is cool. So I got into it later on, and I started getting addicted to it. Honestly, yeah, I started getting addicted to it. Came off it for a while because I started trying to improve my pixel art, but also my other style. So you see pixel art time to time, but I mostly do the pixel art for my store since that's kind of the brand and everything because it gives all like a retro kind of vibe. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, that's what got me into pixel art basically. But there's another point I think I should make though. Oh yes, because I got a little better at pixel art, I kind of see the mistakes, so it's kind of bothering me. But otherwise, that is a good thing because later on I can fix other things and I've improved, so I can make things clear. Because that cat is actually Haley, my cat. So I kept on doing pixel art of my own cat. But let's see if there's any more questions before I go ahead. Anything else? Let's see if there's something else I could open. Heck, let's see this one. Is this the one? Let me look at this one too. Let me see if I could find something else. Oh yes, to Sovereign and took a picture. I don't know if you guys actually know this area in Sovereign, Kingston. It's like a place where you eat, and then there's this little rock thingy, and like it's near a fountain or something like that, and you eat. It's near Tutti Frutti and all that. So I just did that off that, and it's really nice still. Okay, let me look at another question right now. Do you have any advice for anyone who's afraid to start? Um, when I was afraid to start pixel art, um, I just realized that I should just go into it and just experiment and everything, and just like realize that what I'm good at and what I'm not so good at later on. But pixel art, you don't really necessarily have to start sharing it immediately, like to public or to your family and friends yet. You just have fun to yourself. Like that's what I did. I just started doing it to myself. It was just like a private thing, and then I'm like, oh, this is fun. So I started having the passion or motivation, sorry, the motivation to share to others. You know what I mean? Or just overall, just doing pixel art. So proud of you, Shana, your wall. Girl, why you say my full name, Tiana? Well, yeah. I'm here. Oh, you're very late. Later on you can see the full video, like to do because it's a very short instructions and everything. Yeah. Oh, 10 minutes, ma'am, 10 minutes. All right. So, I'm just gonna say, oh, okay. I'm here. Let me look at it. If there's any more questions before I start listing out my entire life story on social media and usernames. I really appreciate how you pay close attention to creating the small details like the fire. Oh, wait. Okay. How long will it take you to do one piece? You know, pixel art actually takes longer than my regular art because it's so hard to work with sometimes because you're like, you start doing this little piece thing and you're like, oh, this looks nice. And then you realize it's too small and you're like, oh. So you have to like resize and then you have to clear up the blur and this is that. And it's just like, it takes really long and you're like, oh. But later on you get used to it. I don't know. I like causing pain to myself for some reason. Where do I do pixel art? Is there an app? Well, on phones. I mean, you list the ones on phones. So I guess you can start it on Ibis Paint X. I used to use Ibis Paint X before having a laptop. I think you can, just like I said before, stated, it applies to all the software. That's not softwares. So the canvas size is 32 by 32, 64 by 64. Just the 8 timetable. So like 8 by 8. This is pixels, not inches, by the way. Or 16 by 16. Yeah. So once you have your canvas that size, it start already having the brush going like a pixel art kind of way. You know what I mean? See, already happening. When you have it that size. Let me see. I'll put in the chat actually the different sizes right now while I'm talking. But let's see. I think there is actually a pixel art dedicated app on the phone, but I don't remember the name honestly. But for laptop now, just like the free software I'm using, which is Kita, yeah, that's free. So yeah, once you do that, and when you scroll down with the brushes, you see this pixel art brush right here. And you can already start. And Clip Studio, like I showed before, and where you can get the brushes. You probably when you rewatch the video, you can see where I showed where you can get it. And the content ID is pinned there in the chat. But in the meantime, let me write this and answer a question. What is this? What's your view about senior artists' heavy opinion on young artists? Sometimes they will inspire and sometimes will speak falsely. I think it just depends on the people you choose to surround yourself with, if you know what I mean. Because not every art community will have some persons that are heavily like to criticize you like that. But the thing is, it's even outside the art community, if you know what I mean. People always have some people that are like that, you know what I mean? But what would I say is that from my started not pixel art, digital art overall in general, from I was like 15 on social media. I had my experience with some artists that were exactly that welcoming to new artists. But a lot of them are just looking out for you, but some are actually just plain mean. But Those persons are just anywhere you can find them, unfortunately, and it's just not all in our community, if you know what I mean. Okay. Let me write it right here. The sizes, because I can't bother write this in the chat while talking. Let's see how many. Oh, I five. Oh, oh yes, the Discord, guys. Remember the Dream Dust Discord. Did I send a link? Did I do that? All right, you can do that. Yes, the Discord. Yes, you just reminded me. What? That's perfect for the question that the person just asked me. Dream Dust server. Very, very welcoming and very helpful. I have seen, and I will admit, and it might cause some tears for some of the artists in there. I have improved due to some of the criticism I got from the server, and I've gained some new friends, and even see some old friends. What am I saying? Yeah. So Dreamer server, very welcoming, very welcoming, and you learn a lot of new things. You know, even though like I can't really attend most of the time due to school, but whenever I do, I learn something new. Server, top tier. But let me just before my session ends, I have like 4 minutes. But let me just plug myself in. All right. I'm talking to an invisible person again. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna write down the sizes right here. You guys might. All right. So there's an 8x8 that you can use. I'm just writing this real quick. Yes, the 8x8. Just the 8 times table. So it's the 64x64. This is in pixels, and then there's 48, and the 32 by 32. Sorry, my hand is bad. And then there's a 16x16. That's why. That's all. No, there's a 24x24. Yeah. So basically, the 8 time table. So I'm just gonna plug myself in. Plug myself in. So they already posted my Instagram, but there's my Twitter, which is let me get this brush right here, because why can't I see my? Okay, good. So that's ChocoCat, and then there's capital U, W, and a 0. Sorry, it's off the canvas. But yeah, Twitter and Instagram I mostly use. You can also check out my YouTube page, which is ChocoCat, and then 0W0. I don't really have much videos on my YouTube page, but whenever I do, I'm just actually trying to set up myself properly because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. But but yeah, I just post whenever I can. But funny enough, there is a pixel art tutorial on my YouTube, so you can check that out. And there are other things you can learn from it, and things I randomly talk about like I'm important. So let me see right here. So what inspires you to keep going and pursue? Oh, let me answer that before in 1 minute. I guess what keeps me going is yes. What keeps me going? I guess a lot of persons like reactions, especially I don't know. My heart is very weak to children. So whenever I'm going out there to sell some of my art or advertise myself, when kids just I don't know, probably because kids are very honest. They will tell you straight up, in your face. But a lot of them compliment me like, "Whoa!" So I guess that pushed me a lot, but also to create representation in the Caribbean and Jamaica, which a lot of overseas people love. The fact whenever they commission me or talk to me, they're like, "Oh, I love this vibe. I love the vibe." So yeah, that's what keeps on pushing me. Um, hmm. I guess also seeing my father, because my father is a musician and he's a creative person himself. So I guess from I was young, I seen that I'm like, I want to be just like him. So, but I do it in the art thing. Yeah. But being an animator, I still have a lot to learn. You know what I mean? I like learning new things. So that what keeps pushing me because you might see me doing some other art form again out of nowhere because I'm like, oh, that looks nice. So that's how basically I got to fix art. But yeah, kids have no filter. Yeah, they don't. um, none. So yeah, that's the end of the session, guys. That's the end of the session. But you can check me out on my socials and if you have any questions. Oh, reminder, remember if you did do a pixel art or if you're doing it later, you can tag Dream Dust and say, oh, this is what I like. Oh, yes. Me. Yes, and me. Sorry. Like you invisible person. And me. And, can see what you do. Remember to resize the canvas. I said this again. Remember, please, or it's gonna look like I censored something going on. You're like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, yeah, I understand. So, oh yeah, nearest neighbor. Make sure you resize it to nearest neighbor, the filter, that one. So that's about it, guys. And remember to look, the canvas sizes are right before our shirt. So that's about it. And guys, check out the rest of those expo. They are very talented people and very wonderful people. Check out the rest of the expo. I'll come to your home and steal your bird. I'll come to your home and steal your bird. That's very threatening, isn't it? No, it's not. All right, bye.